Ooh la la! I have to give you props. I just noticed on my wish list someone purchased the myrtle essential oil, which is supposed to help with mucus. So, next time I get sick or anything like that happens, I'll get to experiment with that healing product. They also purchased the humidifier and diffuser, which is going to be so much fun. And I don't think I said this on camera. However, I had added a pointed rose quartz to my wish list, which is supposed to be for the vehicle and for the journeys through Uber. I was investigating and had Kitty go ahead and look up what she could find on what the best crystals for in your car are. I added my black tourmaline for protection. However, the rose quartz is supposed to put a field of love around your car and help eliminate road rage from myself and others. I also love all the other additional properties to rose quartz. I sense I might have actually said something about that because I recall mentioning I'm a mason and how into rocks I am, basically. Ooh. Does that mean I'm supposed to plug the zincite on there and how it's such a rare crystal from Poland and how it's super strong and literally can basically supposedly be toxic if you have too much of it or something like that? I have to do more research for it. However, literally for Christmas 2 years ago, I purchased my father a over $100 specimen and it was only like like yay big. I also purchased him a crystal that I really enjoy that I just remembered talking to you called Diabetes. I'd like to look into that one again and put that on my list as well. I have a huge crystal collection. I'm going to definitely have to at some point lay out all the rocks and show them to you. And I just got a vision of something that I could do, especially since it's not so hot and humid anymore and there's not mosquitoes everywhere. I could take you outdoors and bring my lovely yoga mat and lay out all my crystals and have them soak in the sun for about an hour. That sounds really nice. It really does. I'm sure I could benefit from the fresh air as well. And I've been kind of procrastinating laundry. I might have 2 loads, maybe even 3 to do at this point. And I'm naughty. I've been just throwing the clothes behind the door, and that's one of the number one no-nos in Feng Shui. You're not supposed to block the entryway. I have to do homework on that, perhaps even get a book on Feng Shui. Or just do more internet research. I'm just all over the place, and I'm just gonna say her name, my boss. Her name is Beata. Beata. And she called me out yesterday saying I am just all over the place. Because I was mentioning how I'm selling my aquarium on Monday, mentioning how I'm going to school, mentioning how I'm interested in her Salt Rock Cafe. Salt Rock Cafe, listen to that. Ugh. Salt Rock Spa. And also mentioning about how I'm traveling to California and I'm doing my mermaid jobs, and basically it's almost like I want to be an asshole and say she's jealous. I can't make sense of anything else. To be frank with you, she's just been trafficking something so negative through her, and she's just been just like, I almost want to say, do you ever have anything nice to say? Yeah, I couldn't say that because I watched her sweet talk a man at my work yesterday. She called him I want something like sweetheart. Yeah, I know it wasn't sweetheart. It was something very sweet though, to the point where I was like, I want to be called that. Darling or something lovely. I kind of want to record her. I wish I could have recorded her in this rant to me, basically, where she told me a story of some famous millionaire, apparently, who was applying for some job position and basically he was declined. I don't know if it was like Jay Leno or something like that. She said it was somebody like that, basically. And this person wanted to do like seminars or something for this company, Eastex, or I have no idea. I completely forgot the precisions. Now, supposedly, this person, famous person who was rich already, wanted to do this, and then they were basically rejected. And she told me how she was thinking, oh, what an asshole. Here comes this famous, wealthy person. You're going to deny them? She didn't understand. She's Polish, and I suppose she told me her roommates insisted that she had to take this class if she wanted to live with them. Like, that was the agreement. So maybe you can piece together all this information and help me figure out what she went through. Because part of me would be interested in that same experience or to see a seminar or something from this person. Now, I guess he had persistence, and then the guy called him and said, hey, I have a job for you. So he comes in, and he wanted him to scrub toilets. And the famous person says something funny along the lines of basically, I wanted to strangle him, or like some sort of commentary, like how offended he was. And he said to himself, I suppose, that he's going to do this for a week. And then a week turned to 2 weeks and 3 weeks, right? And she told me that eventually he said that he took pride in what he did, and he had literally the cleanest toilets in the entire building. And then how he realized what he was lacking of in order to talk to people, I suppose, was that principle to be able to take no matter what shitty city situation you're in, and to make it something you can be proud of. And that he ended up taking great pride in what he does because of all the essence, I suppose, that went into it. And now when she told me the story, all these flashes and visions, you could say, are going through my mind of my current circumstances. And I am also called to tell you of how much gratitude working for Uber has also served me as well, because there's so many little things that I have taken for granted and circumstances that I forgot were like that. For example, when I lived in my first place on my own, you could say my second place, kind of. One of my most independent moments, basically, in my youth was around in 2013, and I'm living on my own, renting a place with my ex-boyfriend, John. Yes, the one who hit me. And we were splitting everything 50-50. And I remember having to go to the laundromat with our clothes, basically, and like going across the street. Oh man, the things I did for that man. I am such a loving, giving person. I paid to replace his battery in his vehicle, and I want to say his priorities weren't straight. However, my priorities also weren't straight at the time. And we were smoking marijuana, and I remember going on basically an excursion to go pick up, and he actually totaled the vehicle. And so after that point, we had to walk with our laundry across the street. Which I don't remember doing that a lot. So I'm not really sure what all the circumstances were for that. Or maybe the trauma just has me like blacking out a lot of that information. However, it was just right across the street. Now, back to the Uber thing. Like last night, I picked up a couple people that had to take Uber to get their groceries, or uh, I had these three college girls and they're picking up all these different things for their new home, and they're all living together in a small dorm. And here I am bitching about my living situation when really I have 10 foot by 10 foot whole space to my own, and perhaps it's not the luxury that many other people get to have. And I will have my own home and my own space and an art room and an office and all those luxuries when the time is right. And personally, intuition wise, I am kind of being told that not yet, not yet, not yet, because I'm meant to be light and I'm meant to travel. So, right now, this space is perfect for me because right now I could totally leave the country and be gone for a month or two and know and trust that George here will be taken care of because Dennis takes care of him like his own because him and Theodore are buddies. So Dennis isn't all bad. There are some issues at times of living here. And there's a huge healing process going on. And as me being such a powerful healer, I pick up and I collect all this energy. Even in my vehicle last night, I helped this one girl move homes, and she had her cat and all of her things, and I'm an empath. I picked up all this energy and I started trafficking all this stuff, and at one point I started bleeding again. So I was cleaning up somebody, you could say. I'm on a very spiritual journey and I'm loving every moment of it. And I know in my moments of sickness, I had complete moments of weakness and emotional breakdowns, basically, like where I blew up and I over dramatized all of the things I'm experiencing. However, I think that it's important for me to go through this because how could I help you going through a struggle if I hadn't experienced a struggle on my own? And now some struggles are worse than others. However, I suppose that's where my empathy skills come in handy because I can resonate with almost every frequency that people are going through, and I can help them without having to go through such low levels. However, I am going through some low levels right now, and I'm on a 30-day test, you can say. I'm kind of red Xing the calendar, and I'm counting down the days. And at the end of the month, we have a blue moon in Leo coming up. I would love to this year do more homework on learning about those things. Now, one of the best things you could ever serve me as my viewers is to email me. I will tell you over and over again, email me, email me, email me, email me. Send me information, articles. Push me to do my homework like I'm talking about. Be like, Trina, did you forget this? Do this. Hey, 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 hey. Or if your gut instinct and your intuition is telling you, maybe Trina can help me, don't be shy. I want to help. It pleases me. That is why I love Uber as well. At the end of the day, I feel great. I'm doing something I love. I love being in my car. I love my car. I love helping people. I love going places. I love adventures. I love learning new things. I mean, there's just so many benefits. I'm also tweeting about that. Perhaps I should say on camera. I am learning so much about my city. I am learning every little area. There are people that know me, and I have an amazing reputation, apparently. I am well known for my mohawk, for my fortune telling. I'm happy. I'm happy to be here. However, I know I am escalating to another level, and I'm called in another direction to pursue this acupuncture business. And it's going to be a lot of work. I'm going to have to choose somewhere to be for 3 years. So I'm going to have to put in a lot of research into finding where I want to be for 3 years. Is it Gainesville? Is it Miami? Is it Fort Lauderdale? Or is it Sarasota? I have to go through all the schools and find out which one basically has the least amount of hours to put in to actually get all my credentials. I gotta go. It's getting long. I love you. Goodbye.